day, brothers and sisters. Alive, dwelling in the garden, Saigon, it's now. Today's show, the ripple effect, eternal waves. Because it's turtle time, and these are the Stickman files. The revelations I've been guided to tell from the Stickman. They call me Rodney Josephson, and that's my YouTube channel, 3041. It's August 15th, 2026. But let's relax for a minute. There's no need to rush. Breathe and vegetate with the plants. And the nice, cool, actually kind of a little warm weather of Saigon today. Yeah, nice plants. Remember, love thy neighbor. Okay, I think I'm ready. Yeah, it's August the 15th. That means not to dig up old memories, not to celebrate old memories either. This is August 15th is when my twin brother was killed in 1969. The yin yang. So what is it? 1969 was it? Is it 57 years ago? I don't know. It's always now, so Oh yeah. Anyway, so I wrote a couple small mini books. One is called Ground Zero, the Epicenter, and the other one's called The Ripple Effect, Trauma, Ego, and Compassion Across Generations. And so it inspired me to write these books. This is fun. To help out the brothers and sisters, and myself, of course. Yeah, so let's get into it. Now, as the name implies, or the title, waves, like that. Obviously, because energy is constant or transferable, so it's always in movement. It's always going. And that's what I'm attempting to represent from this the epicenter and focal points in this video. That's what the Stickman told me how to explain it. But before we get into that, let's get into the foundation. Oneness, the monad, that's the all and the nothing. It's like breathing, as I have mentioned in my other videos. It's just to clarify it in case you are new to this channel. God, the monad, or whatever you'd like to call it. All is one and one is all. Seek within, for the world is without. As above, so below. So that's the foundation of everything, or the understanding or awareness and consciousness of the all and the nothing. And I put down here the pyramid for getting out of the abyss of Egypt, man's world. And that represents the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, the 12 months, actually 13 months because of the moon cycle, 12-month solar cycle, 13th month zodiac, and that all boils down to the center. The center has to, of all those elements, there must be a center for it to form, or for it to be. And that's what what I consider as the monad. That's what the Stickman told me now, which makes sense, I think. So we got this large center here. So in representing or referencing the out of these books, August 15th, 1969. Boom. A point, a focal point. So remember, we're talking about energy here. So we have actions. This is the action of the focal point. Something transpired. There was intention. Again, this is all neutral. It's not saying anyone was doing it for a specific reason, knowingly. It's not describing that. Imagination. So remember, all of these words, ion, 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 that's energy. Ion, ion, ion. That's the suffix. So the actions that were going on that day, that moment, spread energy around. Now the question of what kind of energy? Well, obviously, when someone gets run over by a car, there's going to be some let's say, negative energy, I think. So then that would lead us into emotions, ions, reactions, ions. So this event took place at ground zero. So remember, we have to imagine this. Now, this is like a learning video in the sense that, you can put yourself into a position, empathy. Not sympathy, empathy. And you can experience what someone else experiences, or something technically that you've never experienced, but you want to experience it. But you need to get into the right mode or mood and get in the right state, and you can experience that because you have to imagine it and live through it. So it must be real. So be careful what you imagine. That's one point. But anyway, this is an event that took place. It's a true event. So how did people react? Obviously, the one my twin brother get hit by a car, I think he was had no possibility of deciding how he was going to react, I think. I don't know. But the other ones, so me, my other brothers and sisters that were around at that time, my mother, and so on. So we got like a little rippling effect here. The neighbors, the car driver, the police, the ambulance, the hospital, foam, foam, foam. So it's rippling out, right? So all these individual souls are experiencing this from multiple perspectives. But we could expand off that. We could expand to the effect of the driver. We can move to the driver's seat. We could move to any of the seats or the positions in this situation. What did they do? What did they think? How did they behave? What did they do afterwards? So obviously, if you have just run over someone in a car, what are you going to do after that? After all the police show up and obviously some kind of paperwork or whatever. What do? You go home and have a cup of coffee? Go home and cry? I mean, I don't know. But obviously, I haven't physically done that I remember. But I can imagine what I would do. And so I put myself in that position to know that I wouldn't want to experience that situation. Okay, so I'm learning that certain actions would probably not be an enjoyable thing to do for anyone. And so we can take the position from all different perspectives and imagine that and decide that, well, maybe there's an alternative path. Yes. I think so. That's what the Stickman said. So now, we get that immediate center. That's in Oregon. But, central in that city. But there are other relatives and so on that were not directly there at that moment. They were further away, but relatively close. Obviously, phone calls went. I mean, if we're talking telepathy and other things like that, that's a different story. It goes without telephones, but it just takes longer to experience. But with telephones, in man's world, of course, you get a phone call, yeah, XYZ happened. So, for example, my father get information, because he wasn't there. Relatives in California, they get information. Relatives on the East Coast, they get information. So it's rippling, and all these ripples are happening. It's like a boom, boom, boom. Emotional actions taking place, not simultaneously, but within, short periods of time, all over the place, boom, 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 boom. And this is rippling all over the place, all over the world. It has to be. Now, of course, this is not to say that it's a minor thing or a big thing, but this is the effect and the effect. So we could scale it up to large-scale events, but they're all relative, aren't they? Whether it's a minor accident, and your immediate family is there, and you call your friends, XYZ happened, oh, or there's a larger accident, a death. Well, that's it's a little bit more intensive, a larger scale thing, but it's relatively the same thing, just at a different level, fractal, but it has the same effect. So the collective experiences all of this. Everything you experience. So, again, we got the actions, intentions, imaginations, emotions, reactions. All of that is going into the Aether or whatever, this existence. Yes? So if you assume the position and experience it, well, obviously you're sending energy out, I think. We're going to go up here. Each moment of your existence is sending a wave. And it's affecting everyone and everything around you. That's why I come out here with the plants. I can relax and vegetate with them. I can feel at peace. I exchange energy with them and they exchange it with me. We kind of balance out. They've saved my life. So I think you're getting my idea. Now, there was a so-called theory called the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect. And that is, when a butterfly flaps its wings in Argentina, we'll get the effect, sometime later, wherever we are. Is that falling down? Oh. So, yeah, that's called the butterfly effect. It's the same idea. But it's true. This is a little bit more connected and a little bit more profound or larger scale, if you will, but it's the same idea. Butterfly flaps its wings, you're going to feel the ripple sooner or later, right? So, in summary, be careful what your intent, your action, and your imagination, your emotion, and your reactions are at any given moment. Yeah, I know. I mean, we all go through this. We make mistakes. We might jump to a conclusion or get a reaction from a past thing or whatever. Yeah, it's true. Everyone makes mistakes. And when we can learn to see what the effect is from our reactions and our emotions and where we position ourselves around in our existence, maybe we can then start to change what we do rather than sending negative blobs all over the place, especially through social media. We can change that. Remember, we've got to dwell in the garden so that we spread the garden around to everybody else. And I think that's the whole message of the story. That's what the Stickman wanted me to say. So as Jesus said, love thy neighbor, and I think that pretty much sums up the whole issue. When you are love, you radiate love, then all your neighbors get the love too. Regardless of where they are, you just think of them and they're getting it. So I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. I need to rest on this wonderful day. Alive, dwelling in the garden, Saigon, it's now. Ciao. Check out my other videos if you want. Thank you.